Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to learn about the splanchnic and hepatic portal circulation. First of all, the splanchnic circulation. The circulation of blood from the heart to the visceral organ, from the visceral organ to the liver, from the liver back to the heart. That is what we call the splanchnic circulation. And now the hepatic portal circulation is the circulation of blood from the heart to the visceral organ, excluding the liver, from the visceral organ to the liver, and from the liver back to the heart. That is what we call the hepatic portal circulation. Now we are going to show you in detail. And now coming toward the definition, in this page you can see that the splanchnic circulation is circulation of blood from the heart to the visceral organ, from the visceral organ to the liver, and from the liver back to the heart. That is what we call the splanchnic circulation. The splanchnic circulation contain all the visceral organs, including the liver. You should be quite clear about this, that the splanchnic circulation include the liver, while the hepatic portal circulation exclude the liver. The circulation of blood from the heart to the visceral organs, excluding the liver. This should be there in the definition, that it should exclude the liver. The liver supply should be excluded. The supply of oxygenated blood directly from the aorta to the liver should be excluded. That will be called the hepatic portal circulation. While the splanchnic circulation include the liver to all the visceral organ, and visceral organ include the liver also. So the splanchnic circulation is the circulation of blood from the heart to the visceral organs, from the visceral organ to the liver, and from the liver back to the heart. While the hepatic portal circulation, the circulation of blood from the heart to the visceral organ, excluding the liver. Here, this one thing differentiate the hepatic portal circulation from the splanchnic circulation. Excluding the liver, that should not supply oxygenated blood directly from the aorta to the liver, and from the visceral organ to the liver, and the liver can get supply from the visceral organ only, not from the heart directly. And from the liver back to the heart, I'm going to explain it in the next slide. So coming towards the first slide, in this slide we can see that this is heart. From the left ventricle of the heart, the aorta arises. This aorta goes down as descending aorta, and this aorta give first branch over here. This is not the first branch, but over here this gave a branch, and this branch is called the celiac trunk. This celiac trunk supply blood to the stomach, to the liver, and to the spleen. This is the gastric artery, this is the hepatic artery, and this is the splenic artery. So the descending aorta gave rise to celiac trunk. This is the celiac trunk. This celiac trunk gave rise to gastric artery, and then the hepatic artery, and then the splenic artery, which supply blood to the stomach, to the liver, and to the spleen. Later on, what happened? This also gave over here a branch, and this branch is called superior mesenteric artery. This is the superior mesenteric artery, which majorly supply blood to the small intestine. It supply blood to small intestine and some part of the large intestine also, but it majorly supply blood to the small intestine. That's why I have made over here the small intestine. So this branch is called superior mesenteric artery. This superior mesenteric artery supply blood to majorly to the small intestine, and this is the inferior mesenteric artery. Inferior mesenteric artery supply blood majorly to the large intestine. Majorly to the large intestine, not wholly solely to the large intestine. It gave blood supply to the large intestine majorly. So then we have over here we can see that from the small intestine over here, the blood vessel arise over here. This blood vessel, this is actually vein. This was artery. This is superior mesenteric artery, which supply blood to majorly to small intestine. And from the small intestine, or from this area, a blood vessel arise, and this blood vessel must be a vein. This blood vessel must be vein. So this vein is called this is called superior mesenteric vein. This is what this is superior mesenteric vein, and this superior mesenteric vein do what this superior mesenteric vein uh, arise from the from majorly from the small intestine and goes and combine with the hepatic portal vein. This is the hepatic portal vein. This is the hepatic portal vein. Now you can see over here that from the spleen, this is spleen, which gets blood supply from the celiac trunk. From the spleen, and a vein arises, and this vein is called splenic vein. This splenic vein also come here and combine together with the superior mesenteric vein to form what? To form the hepatic portal vein. Actually, hepatic portal vein is the combination of the superior mesenteric vein and the splenic vein. Later on, other veins also combine with the splenic vein. I will show you later. This hepatic portal vein gave two branches and gave blood supply to the liver. Now coming towards the next slide. Over here from the large intestine majorly, where the inferior mesenteric artery has supplied the blood. From here the inferior mesenteric vein arise, and this inferior mesenteric vein combined together with the splenic vein, as I have told you in the previous slide, that uh, as I have told you that the splenic vein has a combination of various other veins also. So this from the superior mesenteric, from the inferior mesenteric vein, this inferior mesenteric vein arises from the majorly from the large intestine, and this combined with the splenic vein. This is the splenic vein. uh, this splenic vein later on combine together with the superior mesenteric vein and make the hepatic portal vein. This is hepatic portal vein. Now coming towards the next slide. Over here we can see that from the pancreas. This is the pancreas, which is responsible for secretion of pancreatic juices and some hormones, for example, glucagon and insulin, etc. So this also get a vein. A vein arises from the pancreas, and this vein is called pancreatic vein. This pancreatic vein also goes and combine together with the splenic vein. As I have told you that the splenic vein get large number of branches. So the splenic vein get branch from the get a vein from the pancreas, that is called pancreatic vein. So pancreatic vein provide the deoxygenated blood to the what? To the splenic vein. Now over here we can see that this is also there is also a small organ over here. This organ is called what? This is actually the gallbladder, and this gallbladder has also deoxygenated blood, and from the gallbladder the vein arises. That vein is called cystic vein. This cystic vein gave blood supply to it, to the right branch of the hepatic portal vein. Hepatic portal vein. So it gave the blood supply to the uh, right branch of hepatic portal vein. Over here we can see that two other organs, the pancreas and the gallbladder, has also been added. Now, now going to the very important one. Um, Now this is liver, and from the liver, what arise from the liver? Two vein arise. Two vein arise from the liver. These veins are now called. These veins are called hepatic vein. These are called hepatic vein, and these hepatic vein do what? These hepatic vein goes and combine together with the inferior vena cava, with the inferior vena cava, and this inferior vena cava is responsible for what? This inferior vena cava is responsible for the supply of deoxygenated blood to the right atrium of the heart. So the two hepatic veins supply deoxygenated blood from the liver to the inferior vena cava, and from the inferior vena cava to the right atrium of the heart. Now, coming toward the detail, I'm going to show you what is the difference between the hepatic portal and the splanchnic circulation. Actually, what happens? Uh, Actually, this is heart. From this heart, aorta arise, and this aorta give multiple branches. I have not mentioned all the branches, but the branches which have something to do with the viscera or the visceral organs have been made over here. So this is the celiac trunk which supply blood to the stomach, to the liver, and to the spleen. Yes, over here the some blood vessels also give blood supply to the pancreas. Some blood vessels also give blood supply to other organ, but I have not mentioned that. So this is superior mesenteric vein which give blood supply to the small intestine especially, and the inferior mesenteric vein supply inferior mesenteric artery supply blood to the large part of the large intestine, majorly to the large intestine. So from here the inferior mesenteric vein arise, and from here the superior mesenteric vein arise. So the superior and inferior mesenteric vein combine together, specially over here it combined together with the splenic vein. This is the splenic vein, and it make over here what it make the hepatic portal vein. This is the very important vein. Actually, all the organs inside the body get the artery and give the vein. This is natural for all the organs of the body, that all the organs inside the body will get the artery and will give the vein. For what purpose? They get the artery for getting the oxygenated blood, and they give out the vein for pushing out the deoxygenated blood. But over here in the viscera, in the liver, the system is completely different in the liver, because the liver over here get the oxygenated blood over here directly from the heart. This is directly from the heart. You can see that directly from the aorta the hepatic artery comes over here and give blood supply to the liver. But this liver also get the blood supply from the visceral organs. Why this is so? Now I'm going to show you what is difference between the hepatic portal and the visceral and the splanchnic circulation. Splanchnic circulation, this whole circulation is the splanchnic circulation, in which the blood comes from the left ventricle to all the visceral organ, including the liver, all the visceral organ, from the visceral organ to the liver, and from the liver back to the heart. This is the splanchnic circulation. But what is the difference between the hepatic portal circulation? The hepatic portal circulation, in the hepatic portal circulation, we will exclude this aerial circulation to the liver. This circulation is also called aerial circulation, the circulation of blood from the aorta directly to the liver. This is called aerial circulation to the liver. So if we exclude the aerial circulation to the liver, if we exclude if we exclude what? If we exclude the hepatic artery, if we exclude the hepatic artery which supply blood to the liver, and then goes towards the definition, then what will be the definition? The circulation of blood from the heart to the visceral organs. Visceral organ include the pancreas, the small intestine, the large intestine, and the spleen, all and the gastric also. So from to all the visceral organ, excluding the liver, and from the visceral organ to the liver, from the liver back to the heart, that is called hepatic portal circulation, because we have excluded the liver, we have excluded this artery. So if we exclude this artery, then this is called hepatic portal circulation, and if we include this artery, then this is then the splanchnic circulation. Now what is the hepatic portal circulation for? What is the need of hepatic portal circulation? I'm going to show you that the normally what happens, the all the visceral organs arise from what? Especially from the GIT, from the gastrointestinal tract. The gastrointestinal tract contains the visceral organs. So from the gastrointestinal tract, inside the gastrointestinal tract, what happened? The digestion occur, and the digestive substances are absorbed inside the gastrointestinal tract. When the digestive substances are absorbed inside the gastrointestinal tract, they are absorbed and with the help of what? Superior mesenteric vein and the inferior mesenteric vein. They are absorbed into the superior mesenteric vein and inferior mesenteric vein. When the when also the gastric vein, also over here there is a gastric vein which also combined together with the splenic vein over here, but I have not mentioned that for the sake of simplicity. So the gastric vein, the superior mesenteric vein, and the inferior mesenteric vein, all of these veins contain the undigested, the absorbed, the recently digested and absorbed material and food items. So all of these digested material and food items travels through the superior mesenteric vein, inferior mesenteric vein, and the gastric vein, and they go through the hepatic portal circulation to the liver. And so why they goes directly to liver? Why not directly to the heart? Just like many other in many other organ, give direct blood supply to the heart. The vein goes directly to the heart, but over here the vein do not go directly to the heart. It will first go to the liver and then to the heart, because the recently digested material, the recently absorbed material contain large number of toxins. They contain large number of toxic material and free radicals, etc. So all of these toxic materials are detoxified over here inside the liver. If it contains the drugs, then the phase 1 and phase 2 metabolism occur over here, and they metabolize a large portion of drug, and especially the unwanted material. They uh, actually liver is for the detoxification, so they detoxify the toxic material, and then do what? Then provide that blood to the heart. They provide that blood to the heart. How? The two blood vessel, that is called hepatic vein, and two hepatic vein arise from the liver, and they give blood supply to the inferior vena cava, and inferior vena cava provide blood supply to the they supply blood to the right atrium, and that right atrium, from the right atrium, that the cardiac cycle start to the right ventricle, then to pulmonary circulation, and then the whole cycle continues. So what was the difference between the hepatic portal circulation and the splanchnic circulation? That the splanchnic circulation include all the visceral organ, including the liver, but the supply of blood from the heart to all the visceral organ, including the liver. But the hepatic portal circulation contain the supply of blood to all the visceral organ, excluding the liver, and from the visceral organ to the liver, and from the liver back to the heart. Now I'm going to tell you another thing, that what is the difference between normal circulation and the portal circulation. If there is a connection of a vein with the bunch of capillaries on either side, on two sides, normally the vein will have normal vein will have a connection with the capillaries at one side. That is the normal circulation. But if a vein is having connection with the capillaries on either side, on the two side, then that vein will be called portal vein. Over here you can see that this is the hepatic portal vein. Why this is called portal vein? This is called portal vein because on the two side of this vein there is a bunch of capillaries. Over here, there are large number of capillaries. Over here there are large number of capillaries. So on this side of this hepatic portal vein, there are bunch of capillaries, large number of network of capillaries. And on this side inside the liver, it also gave rise to the bunch of capillaries over here, to the network of capillaries. So this is called portal vein because this vein is having capillaries on both sides, on this side and on this side also. So that is why this is called portal vein. And this is called hepatic vein. This is simple hepatic vein because this is having bunch of capillaries on one side only. On this side this is having only bunch of capillaries, and this is not having bunch of capillaries over here, because this directly blood supply to the This directly supply blood to the inferior vena cava. So this was all about the splanchnic and hepatic portal circulation.